Well, good morning to everyone. Be'ezrat Hashem, Mincha is going to be 7:45. Today's learning is sponsored Le'ilui Nishmat Malkiel Ben Marka. Chazak u'Baruch. Continuing the halachot of Muktzeh, we were discussing about handling animals. We said that a person is not allowed to handle an animal on Shabbat. Even if it's a pet animal, it is asul to be handled. Even if it is a parrot of some sort or fish that are there for beautification purposes, it's still asul to be handled. However, the Gemara does discuss, and the Achorim discuss, that it's mutar ledadot behema im tzricha lekach, which means that a person is allowed to take an animal and hold it by its leash and move it around if it needs to be guided and directed. Let's say, for example, although the Gemara only says in the Hatzer, in the courtyard, and not in Reshut Rabim, because we're afraid you might pick up the animal, but today it's not a problem even in the streets, since we have Eruv. So even if you carry, you wouldn't be violating. So it doesn't make a difference between Hatzer versus Reshut Rabim if there's a place of Eruv. It still has the same halakha. You'd be able to hold on to the neck of the animal or the leash of the animal and kind of move it around and guide it if it needs it. If it doesn't need it, obviously you wouldn't be allowed to do that. Same thing with chickens, although the Gemara says you can't take a chicken and hold on to it because the chicken hops, and therefore it comes out that you're fully holding the chicken. And it's not like a regular animal which is walking and you're just sort of leading it when you grab it by its neck. A chicken would be different, and therefore the only thing that you're really allowed to do with a chicken, if you need to take it back into its place, you're allowed to kind of hit it from the back, and then the chicken jumps. That's mutar to do. You're guiding it with your hand, but to hold it, you're not allowed to do because it ends up that you're actually holding muktzeh. Now, it is important to note, in general, if it wasn't for the fact that it's animals, you wouldn't be allowed to do that because the Gemara says you're not allowed to handle muktzeh even partially. Even part of a muktzeh item you move, it's still a problem. So even moving it a little bit in general is a problem of muktzeh. However, with animals, when they need it, the Gemara says that you could be lenient because it's an element, there's a component of tzar ba'alei hayim. Even as well, it's not a great suffering, but nevertheless, it's still within the category of tzar ba'alei hayim, and therefore those types of things, like I described, are permitted to do even on Shabbat. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.